88 The Bug. This is Selector Stepper, and I got the one and only. He performed in Bug's Talk, and he killed it. And this guy, we have his music on rotation, and people are loving it. We got the one and only A Uno. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? It's good to be here.
Good, good. So tell us about yourself. Who is A Uno?
Oh man, I'm just another musician, man, trying to just make it out, man, do what he loves, and just get my music out.
Yeah, yeah. So, in terms of music, who are your favorite artists, like just in general, period?
Right now I'm listening to a lot of J. Cole.
Right.
Meek Mill just dropped his album. Definitely Drake, Wale, a handful of others too, but those are what I'm listening to most heavy right now.
Right. What do you think about the J. Cole album? Because I know that was a big one, the 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Oh man, that was a good piece of work right there. That was a good project. He did well with Born Sinner too before that.
Yeah.
I like Born Sinner a little bit more, but Forest Hills was really good, well put together project. No Role Models is a good track.
Yeah.
A Tale of Two Cities is a good track, and he snapped off on Fire Squad.
Yep, that's right. It's funny you say that because I believe that 2014 Forest Hills Drive is a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
For me, because in Born Sinner 2, he had so many features. On this other one, there's no feature at all, actually.
Oh yeah, it's just him. Yeah, he pride himself on this album going platinum without a feature. So that's big. That's big for artists to do that.
Yeah. So what really got you into hip hop music?
I mean, I've always had a love for hip hop music. Just when I was younger, it was just, back then I wasn't really analyzing, lyrics and content and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So back then it was just about the sound, it made me feel good, that early 2000s hip hop. A lot of that was Fat Joe and Ja Rule,
right?
Ashanti. I listened to a lot of that, a lot of Murder Inc. type stuff like that. But for me, it was just sounding good. And then as I got into high school and stuff, I've always been involved with music, doing jazz band or concert band or even marching band, being in the percussion section. So just being involved with music, just being around it is how I really got into it. And then as I started getting into more, analyzing lyrics more and getting into it, I started writing a lot of poetry and a lot of reflection stuff in high school. So just for my love of hip hop and, beginning to write, I put the two and two together.
Right. And you talk about analyzing. In the beginning, it was not really for the analysis of the music, the lyrics, but now that's obviously a critical part of it. I know myself, I use Genius.com a lot, for some songs that, can be a little bit complex. Do you use that too, or is it just...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I always try to, when a new song or new album, new project comes out, I like to physically see what they're talking about, so I can see all their different type of connotations that come with their content. But I like to see it and hear it. So definitely be, looking at different artists' content and stuff like that.
Okay, so hopefully, sometime soon we're gonna have your stuff up there, man.
Oh man, that'd be a dream. That'd be a dream.
I hear that. Do you remember the first album you ever bought?
I want to say the first album I ever bought was probably a T.I. album. Yeah. He was probably one of my favorite rappers when I first started getting into it. But I really didn't buy too many albums, man. I was an illegal downloader, man. I used stuff like LimeWire and Napster and Aries, a lot of file sharing stuff. So I didn't really buy a lot of albums, man. I was just into downloading music. But I think my first album was probably a T.I. album.
Okay. And hold that thought, because later on we're gonna talk about the music business a little bit more in depth. But correct me if I'm wrong, but you performing in Bug's Talk, was that your first performance, live performance ever, or?
Yeah, that was not only my first live performance, but for anybody. I haven't performed for no friends, no family, or anything. But that was a good experience. I even let my mom know. My mom was like, should I come out, and I wanted her support, but that was my first show, and I just felt like, almost felt like I needed to do it by myself, just break through that barrier. But I had a couple friends come out, show me some love,
Yeah.
show support, but man, it was a good atmosphere. It was
Yeah.
live. It was good, fun competition.
Yeah. So what would you like to see in the next Bucks Talk, especially for the hip hop competition? Because I know, as far as from our end, this was our first time. And so, we're always looking for, better ways to improve the next one. So what do you think there's some things that we should incorporate in the next Bucks Talk too for hip hop?
It would be cool just to have a longer set.
Yeah.
And it would also be cool to just see more artists be on stage. It was good that we got things kicked off this year. I think we had about 6 or 7 different performers on stage. It would be cool to have the hip hop set be extended to a time that was up there with the rock band sets. Really give the crowd and the people a real hip hop showcase.
I hear that. And so really back to your music, how is it working with the producer?
Oh man, it's fun working with the producer because before I would just home record on a laptop, and so the quality is not really there with just home recording on my own stuff. So I'm working with M-Pyre out here. Working with him is really good because he just gets the sound perfected and how I want it to be, and he's nice on the switches. He knows how to operate things that I'm not fully knowledgeable in yet. So working with him is fun. He gets it all set up and gets the track perfected and sounding how I need it to be.
So just to follow up on that, because is there a difference between, so when you're working with a producer and you're in a studio basically, do you write your stuff in the studio, or are you the kind of person who writes their stuff at home and then go to the studio with something?
Oh yeah, I usually come prepared.
Yeah.
I usually come prepared to the studio. Just writing at home. Don't really do too much writing in the studio.
Right.
I'm just ready. I'm on a mission when I get there. Put the track on. Get to recording.
Yeah. Are you selective with your beats?
Oh man, I'm super selective with my beats. That's probably my biggest thing that I'm most picky about is the beat selection, because at the end of the day is it a sound that people want to hear? So yeah, that's really big on me whenever I'm getting ready to record a new track.
Yeah. So how do you know you have the right beat, especially with when you're doing so many songs? How do you know this is the beat that people need to hear?
Oh man, it's hard to judge that one. I guess it's just how good it makes me feel.
Yeah.
My scale is not, I don't really predicate it to one sound. I'll do something jazzy, or I could do something trap, or I could do something boom bap, or new school, or abstract. It just depends on how it sounds to me. I don't really look for anything specific.
Right.
I really don't have a gauge or any type of scale for that. It's just a sound good. Does it sound good gauge?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, do you listen to your own stuff?
Oh, definitely, man. I probably listen to my own stuff probably about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
And not just because I want to listen to myself, but I'm always going back and trying to refine the sound. See where this part could be better, where that part could be better. So just always trying to go back, refine the sound, and try to come up with the best product as possible.
Okay. So right now, you do you use iTunes?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we were to go on your iTunes, what song of yours has the most plays?
Of my own?
Yeah.
Or just any song?
No, of your stuff.
Of my own? Probably something old.
Okay.
Probably something old. So it's just been accumulating plays and stuff.
Oh,
but
right.
It usually goes. It's hard to gauge which one is my most favorite recent project, because the most recent project is probably the one that I'm feeling the most.
Right.
And that usually ends up getting the most plays, at the time, till I come up with the next one.
Okay.
But yeah, probably something old, just accumulating plays.
And so just really sticking to this whole issue of discussion of music, rather, do you write your own stuff?
Oh, yeah, got to. Everything comes from, a personal experience that I've had. All my content comes from a personal experience or or an aspiration that I have, something that I'm working towards, a goal. I'm never gonna step out of character, when you hear me on a track.
Yeah. What do you think about ghostwriters and ghostwriting in hip hop music?
I think there's a bad stigma with ghostwriting in hip hop. It's
Right.
like, for some reason in hip hop, this like the only really genre where you got to really pride yourself on writing your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In other genres, there's definitely co-writers and all different
Right.
other type. There's co-writers in hip hop too, but they might have helped out with the melody or a hook or something like that. But I think there's been a lot of pivotal moments in hip hop because of some ghost written verses. So
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of time nowadays, you have an atmosphere in a studio where you've got multiple producers in the room, you've got
Yeah.
multiple artists in the room. So it's good to have that. I think it's good to have that outside perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's the project is going to be what you want it as an artist, but it's good to get other people's opinions. Have as many ears on it as possible, because that's just more ears that are trying to help your sound out. And if you don't like it, you don't use it. But I think more people in the room can only be beneficial.
Yeah. Okay. And I just gotta ask you, because this week some people are saying that if Drake responds to what Meek Mill said about the situation that's going on in hip hop right now, where Meek Mill is accusing Drake of having ghostwriters, and as you said, they're not really ghostwriters because most of them do get credit.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Meek Mill right now is accusing Drake of having, I'm not gonna say a ghostwriter because Quentin Miller is being credited on the songs that they work on together. What do you think about the whole issue?
I don't really like the way. I don't really know what Meek would have seen or what he heard that would have convinced him to air some stuff out like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cause ghostwriters or people, co-writers are a part of the industry. So
Right.
like we said, Q was mentioned in the credits of "If you're reading this, it's too late." So I'm not really seeing what angle he was trying to take. Maybe it's just a promo thing.
Right.
Because his album just dropped. I don't really know what his whole aim is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really speak on it too much, man. But yeah, I don't know what would make him want to air it out like that.
Right. So let's get back to your music. Do you have any upcoming projects that we should be anticipating soon?
Oh yeah. I got one in the works right now. It'll be my first project that I'm releasing, either an EP or a mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
Getting that all worked together this summer. Hopefully, I'll have it ready to drop by right when school starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
I don't got a title yet, but
Yeah.
got a couple titles in mind, but I got to narrow them down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that. And so, as we were talking about earlier on, the whole issue about illegal downloading of music and stuff like that. We see now that there's so many different platforms that people can have access to music that pretty much is a better avenue than illegal downloading, as we have Spotify, Pandora,
Mm-hmm.
the new Apple Music. The list goes on. Do you think that, even though we have all these new platforms and different platforms, do you think that for an upcoming artist, there's still some loopholes in some of these platforms that, do not help an upcoming artist to emerge successfully?
It's kind of hard because as an upcoming artist, your music is not out there,
Right.
you could put it yourself on YouTube, but it's not getting the hits that
Right.
you want it to. But I could say personally now, becoming an artist and, putting in the work and the time, I definitely, now it's in me to, go to iTunes and actually purchase purchase the song or purchase the album because, you know, I want to go out and support the artist, you know, support someone like myself who's on the same grind as myself.
I hear that. We're gonna change it up a little bit, and get a little bit more personal with you right here.
Yeah.
So, you know, talking to you, it seems like now you embrace the vibes of Ellensburg, you know, as a town. What's your favorite spot to eat out here?
Favorite spot to eat?
Yeah.
I mean, I cook a lot myself, but
Okay.
I guess one of my favorite spots would probably have to be teriyaki and wok. You know, I always enjoy a good plate of yaki.
Yeah.
Pita Pit's cool.
Okay.
Those are probably my two main places that I hit. Most of the time, I be cooking for myself.
Yeah. So when you cook for yourself, what's your favorite stuff to cook, man? Is it rice? 'Cause I know I love chicken, man. Everybody out here know I love chicken.
Oh yeah,
so.
For brown people, rice and chicken is crucial.
Yeah.
But I like to cook a whole lot of things. I mean, for me, what's big is I like to get it quick and done and simple, fast. So I be making fried rice a lot of the time or something. But I enjoy eating a lot of jambalaya and stuff. My dad's whole roots and family is from down south in Louisiana, so
Yeah.
I love eating a lot of Creole food and stuff.
That's cool, man. Is there any recipe that you've made that has to be like one of your hardest, or you just gave up in the middle, like, "Man, forget this"?
Nah, I haven't hit nothing too advanced yet.
Yeah.
I'll probably have some trial and error process when I get to making, you know, a big old pot of gumbo or something.
Yeah.
Have dad show me the ropes and whatnot.
I hear that. That's what parents are for, anyways.
Oh yeah. I need to get that recipe down packed.
Yeah. Do you play any sports?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life I've been an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even played collegiate football and stuff. But yeah, my whole life, basketball was my first love.
Okay.
Man, I wish I could hoop
Yeah.
professionally and whatnot, be in the league.
Mhm.
That's the ultimate dream. But yeah, my whole life I've been involved with basketball and football and ran track in high school and stuff too.
Oh, what events in track? Because I did track too.
In track, I did the 100. I rarely did the 200, man. 100 is I usually get maxed out at 100 meters.
Yeah.
But I did the 200 sometimes, you know, if coach wanted to, you know, we needed some points on the board. But my main three events were the open 100, was on the 4x1 team, and long jump was probably my best event.
Oh, I could never do a long jump, man. I can't do a long jump. I used to do I did 100, 200, and I think 400, but mostly I like doing like miles.
Ooh, no, I can't.
I'm African, man. So
yeah, I can't
run
do
for
no
days,
miles,
man.
man. I can't do no miles. My coach couldn't even get me to run the 400, man. He couldn't even get me to run a full lap. So,
For real?
nah, yeah, I couldn't do no miles.
Interesting, man. So what are some benefits of playing sports, especially in college, man? Like, is it the girls? Is it you know the fact that, you know, people look up to you when you go to games, or what is it?
I would say, you know, it's always nice to see recognition, you know, for your hard work and stuff.
Right.
So I would say that aspect the most, you know, people coming out to your games and coming to support you, and, you know, being in the college atmosphere. You got the band going, you got the crowd going in the back, you know. So I think that's what I appreciated about it most, being a collegiate athlete, was the whole atmosphere. And, you know, in high school, you're trying to get to college at your sport. So
Right.
not everyone takes it as serious as you do in high school. But, you know, when you get to college, you know, you all came here, you know, on a scholarship. You got signed. So, you know, you're busting your butt with all your other brothers in there and stuff. So just being around people that are like-minded, working hard, and the support that you get from not only the school but the surrounding community, you know that always feels good.
And so, in terms of, and you can combine this in terms of music, in terms of sports, what really keeps you motivated? What keeps you going?
I draw inspiration from a lot of places. I mean, for me, music is just nothing externally motivates me with music. So, you know, everything comes from within. So staying motivated and staying inspired with music is nothing but I mean, seeing people grind in sports, that's really synonymous with what I do. So, applying that grind from sports into the studio, into writing raps and into writing content and stuff, I keep that same type of focus and, just seeing people succeed. There's a lot of people that hate to see people succeed.
Right.
But, I like to see people succeed because that motivates myself,
right.
To want to reach that place. So seeing other people succeed and do well in other areas and platforms, sports or whatever it may be, whatever the role may be, that type of stuff keeps me motivated.
Yeah, I hear that. And so, I follow you on, different social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And, anytime you have you talk about your music, there's always comments about where can I download your stuff, when is your music coming out?
Right.
And so why as an artist are you keeping your fans waiting so long? It seems like an entirety, man. People want to hear your stuff, but it's like you're holding it. Like what's the reason behind it, or what's the process?
Yeah, I mean, my whole take on it, the route that I'm going is, I'm just up and coming right now. So
right.
The whole approach I'm trying to take is, let people in, and see me and, gain access, but not, dishing it out all at once. I think that can be a mistake that some up and coming artists are going through. But it's big for me because, I don't want to waste no content. I don't want to waste, every one of my tracks is precious to me. So, I'm real selective at, what I give you guys to put in the rotation or,
sure.
What I might sample to some people. With this being my first project, like I said, everything's precious. So I want to be able to compile the best project, the best cohesive project to give at one time instead of, letting tracks go out one at a time. And, that's just not a route that I really want to take. But, I just, I'm trying to, build the anticipation. I don't got any stuff on SoundCloud or YouTube yet, but as soon as I'm actually getting ready to drop something here, probably within the next week. So that'll be the first thing for the fans to chew on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And where can we follow you on Twitter? Just really quick.
Oh, you can follow me at _AUNO, AUNO, Instagram, NCAUNO. Yeah.
You don't even follow me on Instagram, man.
I got to.
You don't follow me on Instagram?
I got to. I know I follow the Select the Step at least on Twitter.
I hear that. So, how are you really different from other upcoming artists? What makes AUNO?
I think my content.
Right.
I think, my whole aim is to be relatable. My whole aim is to put the people who are listening to my music into perspective. Put them into my shoes a little bit. Put them, try to make them see what I see a little bit. And that's what I think separates me the most. I'm really proud of my content and, the way I format things, the way I set things up. I'm still learning a lot, but, I think I'm on a good track.
Okay. And, speaking about college radio, it's coming up on October 2nd. So, if you want to do something, man, we are always looking for artists, especially upcoming artists who really value that college radio scene and college radio, just in general, because we're looking for that content because, who knows, you guys are the next, stars. And personally for me, I feel blessed to have an opportunity to, be in touch with artists who, really love what they do and they're doing it for the right reasons. So, yeah, I mean, when college radio comes through and you want to do something, let us know, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I'll definitely be in contact, get my stuff on the airwaves.
Yeah. All right, Uno, appreciate this.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm looking forward. I've heard some few things from some of the stuff you showed me. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
We're going to wait for the fans. But I like the approach that you're taking with this project. And whatever you're gonna title it, we don't know yet, because you're so secretive, man. It's like
yeah.
but I think it's for a good reason. So just let us know when it comes out, and we're gonna do everything that we can, and wish you the best, man.
Oh yeah, man, I'm working hard, and I can't wait to let it go to y'all.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.